All right, so today we're going to go through a self-release technique for the psoas muscle. Now the psoas, along with the iliacus, becomes the iliopsoas. There's the psoas major, psoas minor. Mainly the thing we want to work on, because the psoas does go from the hip to the back. It actually attaches to the lumbar vertebrae. So it attaches to your lower back, it attaches to the disc, attaches to the actual spine. It also does things to the hip, so it actually wants to rotate the hip outwards. So people that have a lot of tightness going, have trouble actually bringing the leg inwards, which there's going to be a lot of consequences of not having that with that internal rotation. And people with back pain, tightness that kind of pulls them to one side versus the other, or just pops them forward. So there's a lot that this muscle does, and making sure that it has good mobility to it is pretty important. So what you'll do is you find your pelvic bone in the front. This is your ASIS, and you just dip in just a tiny bit. You're really going to want to find the area. So this becomes like a search mission. So I'm going to lie on my stomach. I'm gonna find that spot. I'm gonna put it right where I think where I'm gonna feel it, and I'm gonna kind of put my body weight on top of it. So, if I don't feel anything, I might just roll over a little bit until I find a nice spot. Once I do, I can just sit there and let it kind of release on its own. I can bring the knee up, because that will cause a pull to the front of the hip, and you can make it a little bit more an aggressive approach to it. And finally, you can actually start to get some rotation. So more specifically, internal rotation, or letting the foot hang out like this. You really can go both ways and just kind of floss the muscle type of thing. So bending the knee, rotating it, maybe picking a few different spots. So maybe hanging out in one area for a little bit, roll over, and try to find those nice tight sore spots. You might want to, in the beginning, actually be a little gentle with this area, obviously. And as you see that it kind of opens up more and more, you can stay longer on it and just get a little bit more aggressive with it. But yeah, definitely take some caution.